How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new here, do me a huge favor, go down and subscribe. Finally, a sunny day in Wisconsin, something we don't see too much or haven't seen too much these last couple of days. I've given you guys a tour of my Bronco, but I haven't done a proper review, my thoughts overall of the things and features this thing has, interior, exterior. So today, that is what we are going to be doing. This is my 2022 Ford Bronco, finished off in eruption green. It's an Outer Banks with the Sasquatch package, as you can see by these 35-inch tires. We can't really ignore the fact that it's green. I love Ford's colors. You know, they have eruption green. I have my Kona blue GT sitting inside. All of their colors are awesome. Plenty of great colors to choose from. When eruption green came out, I chose it without really knowing what it looked like in person. But let me tell you, this paint color is awesome. If you guys don't know about the Bronco, this whole top piece comes off, including all of this back here. All of these doors come off, and a cool feature is that they took the mirrors off of the doors, so if you take the door off, you still have mirrors. And that's really cool because the Jeep Wrangler doesn't have it. It seems like a no-brainer to have mirrors when you're driving, but I guess for trail purposes, the Jeeps never did it. But if you're on a trail, you can simply just do this, and then the mirrors are out of your way. My Bronco's extremely dirty, but if we look at the doors, they have frameless windows, which allows the door to be stored when you roll the window down. The argument I've seen is that these are hard to take off, they're heavy, they're awkward, which may be a little bit of the case. They are heavy, they are a little awkward to hold, but it's not something that's undoable. I took off all 4 doors by myself very easily. Them being frameless provides a very nice packaging for them. And the packaging matters because you can store all 4 doors in the back of your Bronco. The Bronco also allows you, since there's 2 pieces in the front here, all of those things fit into the back. So you swing this door all the way open, and then you can lift this window up. We have a lot of space back here, plenty of room with the 4-door, and we have a bag which allows me to store my roof in, but you can store all the doors and part of the roof in the back as well, which is really cool. Because if you're on the go, if you're not at home, if you're out on vacation, whatever you're doing, you can still take the doors and the roof off and have a convertible. And it's one of the big reasons why I wanted a Bronco so badly, because of the fact that it does what the Wrangler does and you can take everything off. Moving away from the doors and the roof, gotta give these doors a good slam, but let's talk about the Sasquatch package and kind of what it has done for the exterior of my Bronco. So, with the Sasquatch package, you have bigger fender flares by 1/2 inch. The Bronco also comes with a 1.5 inch factory lift with upgraded suspension components with the Sasquatch package. It comes with these beadlock capable wheels and 35-inch tires, making it a very, very big upgrade over the non-Sasquatch pack Broncos. I think it's a necessity. If you're not going to do these things aftermarket, you might as well get the Sasquatch package because it makes the whole thing look 20 times better in my opinion. Coming to the front end, we have the normal front bumper. These are optional with metal front bumpers, but unfortunately because of back orders and delays, I could not get one. We have some really cool lights in the front. We unlock it, take a look at that. We have Bronco written up here, no Ford logos in the front whatsoever. We have some really nice lighting options available on the bottom there as well. All the sensors are up here, everything. Overall, I really like the front of it, but unfortunately without that metal front bumper, the look just isn't completed in my opinion. So we'll see about some aftermarket stuff to this. We have hooks available here for kayaks or whatever you may want to tie down to the roof. We have accessory power lights ready, pre-wired, hooked up. All the wiring is underneath here, so if you want to wire these up, it's very simple. For lights up top here, we also have the availability to put a light bar, which is also pre-wired. We have a very, very short footstep or rock slider. I mean, it's like half a step up. The reason that's so high is it's going to be the lowest point of the vehicle. If you made it lower, the vehicle's clearance would just keep getting lower and lower. Coming over to the fuel door, nothing special to see here, but this Bronco's full of Easter eggs all over. Some older style Broncos right there, which is really cool. The whole thing has Easter eggs all over it. Got a spare tire on the back. The only Ford logo that is on the vehicle whatsoever is right there. And overall, just a really nice looking truck, because this is based off the Ranger platform, so it is a truck. I think it's time to step into the interior, so let's step into the rear first. Now I'm stepping into the rear for one reason and one reason only, to show you how much space I have back here. Plenty of headroom back here, plenty of leg room back here. I'm 6 foot, not a single problem fitting into the back of this Bronco. Plenty of space, really comfortable seats. One of the biggest gripes I had when I've sat in my friend's Wranglers or Gladiators is how hard these rear seats are. I find it to be very comfortable back here. I hope Jeep in future kind of updates changes some of that. Got the window switches in the middle. We have a power outlet here, and a USB-C and USB port right there as well. We have airbags on the sides here, but all of this opens up, giving the Bronco a very open feel because the roll bar is behind your head and not right in front of your vision here. I think it's time to hop in the front and talk about some interior features. So this Bronco has the Luxe Pack. Along with the Luxe Pack, it has the Oxford interior, which gives a nice contrast. You get a little bit of brown with a little bit of black. Contrasts well with the green, in my opinion. Green and tan, very classy. Luxe Pack gives this massive screen, wireless charger right there. It also gives a heated steering wheel, heated seats in the front as well. One of my gripes and complaints that this thing doesn't come with is cooled seats, which for the price of this vehicle, I kind of expected. Taking a step in, there's no grab handle here, and it is actually down here. Kind of weird. So we have the screen here, which tells us RPMs, fuel economy, how fast we're going, the trip, all the information we would need, some off-road statuses, tire pressures, turbos. You can configure it how you want by pressing on this, and here are all the options and things that you could want on your screen right here. Then we have the massive screen right here that has wireless Apple CarPlay, because it does have the wireless charger, so it does have wireless Apple CarPlay, which is cool to see. But some other cool features, you have the driver assistance, but you also have zone lighting. If you don't know what zone lighting is, if you tap this in the nighttime, it really shows. You can't really show it in the daytime, but essentially you can light up the vehicle all around you, and it gets super bright, and you can choose all the different options, whether you want to light the front, the back, the sides, or all of it. Right here we just have Bronco written here with the glove box right underneath it. Nothing too special going on. Very basic with the buttons right here. We have the 360 cameras and the climate controls and some of the radio controls here as well. On this side we have this to go up and down on the screen in front of you. We have some of the stuff to do with your phone, music. On this side we have the volume controls, and then we have some of the cruise functions. This does have adaptive cruise control. So I talked about everything being pre-wired. All the pre-wiring is done to this auxiliary switch right here, which you have 6 aux switches for. It is an option, but in my opinion is well worth it. It makes wiring everything really, really simple. All the wiring goes up into the front and under the glove box, so you can kind of very easily set it up after you watch some videos. I still haven't done it yet, but it's going to be pretty cool. I'll make a video on it when I do. Before we take it out for a drive, let me show you some of the GO modes and what they are. So GO stands for Go Over Any Terrain. Nice marketing from Ford. You have a trail control here. You have 4 high, all your different 4x4 settings right here, your window controls right here, and your mirror controls right here. So if we turn this dial like so, we have a couple of different modes. We have normal, we have eco, we have sport, which turns it into 4x4 auto. Then we have slippery, we have mud ruts, and sand mode. Pretty cool animations, and it'll shift from 2-wheel drive to 4-wheel drive, 4 high, 4 low, 4 auto on its own when you go through those different modes there. Got some lighting controls on this side, but one thing I forgot to mention, some of the coolest part is we got some of the diff lockers and off-road controls up here, along with the traction control and the hazard switch right here as well. But now, let's take it onto the roads. So the Bronco was built to be off-road, and you're probably wondering, why haven't I talked about its off-road capability just yet? And the reason for that is pretty simple. It's because I haven't taken it off-roading. And that doesn't mean I'm not going to take it off-roading. I just haven't had the opportunity. I just picked it up a couple of months ago. When I do take it off-road, I'll make an off-road review, how I like it off-road, and there'll be plenty of times and opportunities for me to get this thing off-road. The truth is, when you buy a vehicle this expensive, when you have all the features that this thing does, you're not going to off-road it 100% of the time. You're not even gonna off-road it 50% of the time, because it's an expensive vehicle that you bought to drive on a daily basis. For the most part, your daily commute is not going to have trails on it. You have to go and make time to go off-roading. That being said, how does it handle on the road? What's the gas mileage like? Is it comfortable to ride? All of those types of things. So number one, let's talk about the fuel economy and how it does. If you guys know, I've watched some of my other videos, you know that's one of the things I complain about. It doesn't really do all too good. Bronco could have had a little bit better fuel economy. There's different reasons for this. It's lifted on 35s. It has a off-road differential. A couple of things like that. Even without the Sasquatch package and having a normal cruiser, they don't get more than 25 from what I'm seeing. So I would have liked Ford to do a little bit better. When it comes to the 10-speed transmission, a 2.7 liter V6 turbo, or a smaller inline 4 option with a 2.3 liter. Mine has the V6 turbo, which I can do with. I wish it was the 3.0. The 3.0 comes in the Raptor. I wish the Raptor had a 3.5. My Mustang gets more fuel economy than this Bronco does. The way the Coyotes are set up, they get decent fuel economy. I wish this had a Coyote, or someone put a Coyote in it with factory settings and see how the fuel economy did. I'll be willing to bet it gets pretty close to 17 miles to the gallon. But I wish Ford just gave us the Coyote. Everyone wants it, and it would have just been nice to see. Suspension and ride quality, it's very nice. You can hear those 35-inch tires. It's a little loud in this cabin. It's a convertible at the end of the day. It's going to be a little bit louder in here. There is a little bit of wind noise that I would prefer that Ford did without. There is a little bit of extra cabin just openness that I feel like Ford could have nailed down a little better. But from a scale of 1 to 10, how isolated are you? I would still give this a 7 or a 7.5. While I would give a Jeep around an 8. And I would give a coupe a perfect 10. Nothing to complain about in terms of how it drives, how it feels to drive. Again, it has plenty of power. It doesn't sound all too good, but the power is there. When you step on the gas, you can hear that turbo spool up. On camera, it probably doesn't pick up all too well, but you do hear the turbo spool a little bit in the background, not quite as much as the 3.5 liter EcoBoost does. Overall, I've been impressed with the Bronco. Coming into it, I knew about the fuel economy, I knew about the motor options, and I knew the limitations this had. I can't wait to get this thing off-road, get to experience what it was actually built for, because anything I hear from people who have actually driven these things and given an unbiased review, they're awesome to drive off-road. And I can't wait to experience that for myself. I'm just about to hit 1,700 miles, and I absolutely love this Bronco. If you guys did enjoy, please do me a huge favor and like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.